I read everything literally, which means I respect literary style and I read in context.
No.
I read fairy tale literally as fairy tale. I read biology literally as biology. I read historical narrative literally as historical narrative. And if this man uses allegory to interpret him, I respect his right to use allegory or metaphor or simile.
Do you believe that the Bible is literally true? That's what I'm asking. Like, it is historically accurate to 100% or whatever percent.
I am convinced the Quran is very, very historically accurate. I am convinced that the Bible is very historically accurate. I am convinced that the teachings of Siddhartha Gautama Buddha have been accurately preserved. And if you want to find out what Siddhartha Gautama Buddha taught, you'd be very wise to read the teachings of Siddhartha.
But, like, that's not what I asked you. Do you?
Yes, it is what you asked me.
Are you a biblical literalist? That's what I'm asking. Do you believe that the Word of God is 100% historically accurate? You're not answering my question.
Yes, I am. What you should be saying is, I'm not fitting into the stereotype that you have in your head. You're right, I'm not. Instead, I'm trying to explain myself a little more clearly than the stereotype that you have in your head of a literalist.
I'm just asking.
No, I'm not a literalist as you define literalism. And I'm outlining to you how any thinking person needs to learn to interpret any text. You've got to learn to respect literary style. If you interpret a biology textbook the same way you interpret the poem of John Donne or Robert Blake, you will flunk. You better learn to distinguish between a poem, an historical narrative, and a scientific text. And if you don't learn to distinguish between those three different literary styles, you will flunk.